Thanos versus Darkseid. The two titans are going to go at it. I'm Kevin J. Johnston. This is 300x.ca, where we talk about all things comic book, video game, and sci-fi related. Let's dive right into this. We will start with Thanos. And Thanos, as we all know, is one of the kings of the Marvel Universe. Not the king, but certainly one of them. Thanos is a mutant member of a race of superhumans known as the Titanian Eternals. That is correct. He possesses abilities common to the race, but because he is a mutant, he's got more. And mutant is the big term in Marvel versus the metahuman term in the DC universe. Having said that, with him being a mutant and having some bionic amplification, some mysticism, and some power bestowed upon him by death, that really kind of abstract entity, he's pretty potent. In fact, he's incredibly potent. We've noticed that he has enormous superhuman strength, enormous stamina, a lot of speed. This guy is fast. He is immortal, technically. He is mostly invulnerable to any attack that any human being can throw at him. He's been hurt, but really not all that badly. He can survive a great deal of time without food or water. He doesn't die of old age. He does not age. He is kind of trapped in his current age, meaning that you can't wait him out and have him die of old age. And he has a high resistance to psychic assaults. Now, he has been trained very heavily in the art of war. And one of the things that this has granted him the capacity to do was he was able to blast Galactus off his feet. I mean, didn't defeat Galactus, but blasted him off of his feet. We've had the opportunity now to see him in action in the live-action film Avengers Infinity Wars, which I think is a fantastic rendition of him. Finally, we had an opportunity to see how big he is, how menacing he is, and get a real glimpse into the mindset of a man that can do everything that this man can do. Now we move over to Darkseid. We've never seen in a movie as yet, but we have seen in multiple renditions in the animated universes and animated films. Darkseid, he is one of the most powerful beings in the DC universe. Comes from a race known as the New Gods. He has a power, something that Thanos does not. Let's also factor in that everything I said about Thanos, Darkseid mimics in every way. Super strong, can take a pounding, has the capacity to blast out telekinetic and psychic blasts. He is not someone who's going to die of old age. He is someone that heals incredibly quickly. Someone who can absorb a vast amount of physical punishment, but he has the Omega beams. They're a form of energy that fire off from his eyes and hands, and they are a massively concussive force, or they can also be used as a disintegrating energy, which is completely capable of destroying and erasing living objects and organisms from existence in general. A terrifying weapon. Now, Superman was able to be resistant, but at the cost of a great deal of pain and physical injury. But Galactus, there was a crossover story that I did read with the Teen Titans and the X-Men. Galactus was unaffected by his Omega beams. Now, what does that mean? Well, nothing. It just means that Galactus was not affected by them. But it doesn't mean that Thanos would not be affected by them, because Thanos is nowhere near as powerful as Galactus is. So, we put these two titans in a ring. The only real advantage that Thanos is going to have over Darkseid is that Darkseid tends to not fight his own battles. He likes to stand back and observe with his hands behind his back, while others do all of his fighting and dirty work for him. And those who fail him sometimes are killed by Darkseid and then resurrected to be dead slaves to continue fighting the fight. That's the one advantage Thanos would have, is Darkseid's lack of desire to be in the ring and do the fighting for himself. But He can fight for himself, and because of the Omega Beams, he will win 7 out of 10 matches. That's the way it's going to work. Thanos will take 3 of every 10. Darkseid will take 7 of every 10. And it wouldn't matter where they fight, whether it was weightlessness, a heavy gravity planet, a regular planet, a forest, a desert, on the surface of a ship, on the surface of the water, it wouldn't matter. That's what's going to happen because those beams are so deadly, and he has no limit to their range, and he has no limit to the number of times he can use them. Eventually, Thanos will just fall over dead or be completely disintegrated. It'll be Thanos' desire to actually be a fighter and not an observer that will allow him to win the 3 out of 10 that I've given him. There you go, everybody. The two big boys of the two universes going head to head. It is Darkseid who wins 7 out of 10 times. My name is Kevin J. Johnston. This is 300x.ca. Send your questions in to us. Make comments below. Don't forget to donate and subscribe because it really does help us when you do that. 300x.ca.